How you doing? Anthony Ferraro here of Create Sci-Fi. Welcome to another video in my series, How to Create a DIY Sci-Fi Short. Today, I want to talk to you about locations, more specifically, location scouting. Now, I'm here in Griffith Park in Los Angeles, and I'm looking for a location for my sci-fi short, Erringer. That's the short that I'm creating as part of this series, and it's all daylight exteriors, so the park is a perfect choice. So I'm going to go through the park. I want to find 3 or 4 possibilities so that I know one will work, and I'm going to take you through that, share with you my process, kind of a diary. But before we do that, let me help you out because you're probably not shooting in the park. If you are, this will be helpful. If not, my first couple films I shot with very little, almost no money, and I had to get really creative on finding my locations. So I want to share that with you just to give you an idea of what's possible. I mean, we did some really interesting things that, in the end, I just needed a couple minutes and we were able to pull it off with no money. Now, what I've found works best with actual establishments is just approaching mom and pop stores, places that you maybe already have a relationship with, and just talking to them about what you're doing and just getting them to help you out. You'll be surprised how that works. Now, in my film, The Writer, he goes into a pawn shop to sell his jacket. Now, I just went into a local pawn shop and explained to the gentleman what I was doing, and it turns out his son was in a film school, so he's kind of tickled to help us out. And I actually ended up putting him in the film, a small concession, but it actually worked out well. So that was achieved by just simply talking to somebody and being humble. Now, in this scene, he goes into a convenience store and he has an altercation with the store owner. This was simply the convenience store on the corner by where I lived. I went there just about every day. And I just talked to the guy and said, could you let us shoot for about an hour after you close? And I think I gave him like $50. And he was fine with that. And we just, we went in quick, got in, got out. And I was able to get these great shots. I mean, I could never afford to set dress like this. And these came out good. It was very effective. We also used some guerrilla, almost reality techniques. I went into a neighborhood where there was a lot of homeless people. I just approached a homeless woman and I told her I'd give her $20 if she would do the scene with us. So we did this scene, and it's actually one of the most powerful scenes in the movie. And it was kind of exciting, and I'm glad we captured that. Also, there was a scene where, he goes into an ice cream store and steals a bunch of ice cream, but we couldn't find an ice cream store. But then I approached a man on the street with an ice cream cart. Again, I gave him like $20 cash, and we were able to film this scene, and we actually used him, and it worked out great. This one, I have to admit, I'm pretty proud of. We needed a restaurant scene. There was no way I could get a restaurant. And I realized that with a long lens, I could probably shoot in a cafe. So I had the actor go into this cafe, order some food, and then take it outdoors and eat it in the outdoor patio. And I just shot the whole thing from across the street. I got that shot for no money. And it's really authentic looking as well, which is a nice touch. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is if you're willing to go out there with just you and the actor, you can get some really, really great interstitial shots that'll add a lot of value to your production. What I like to do is mix them together. So I'll go with the actor on the down low and get a shot on the subway or maybe a shot in the park. And then I'll mix those in with shots that we shoot properly with a crew in a closed setting where we have time to work on the lights and the dialogue. And once you mix those two things together, it really, really ends up giving you something special. Now, I hope some of that is helpful. So now let's go on my location scouting, and I'm going to show you some really cool places in the park that I think are going to be great for Erringer. Right here behind me, I have like a little stage right there. There's some shrubbery back there, because I'm going to have some people or a person sort of point of view watching. At one point, the character takes a rest by a tree. That's a perfect little tree. Yeah. Then my establishing shots can be right up there. So yeah, as far as location scouting, this is the place, but I'm gonna have to check out a few other places because inevitably maybe this won't work. All right, so now I'm in another part of Griffith Park. This is the Beachwood area. kind of near the Hollywood sign. And this is a pretty popular hiking trail behind me, but I wanted to film this way. So you see, there's like this dish. And then again, like I said, I like there would be like my stage, this flat area. It's not the ideal location, but as I've said, you got to have options. And then if I end up shooting here, then this is the best location. When you're DIY filmmaking, you have to adapt. This could work. All right, so now I'm in Griffith Park, sort of by the Greek Theater. I just wanted to show you, right, so some garbage cans around the trail. There's the road right there. So what I'm trying to do is find these locations where, you know, that's clearly I'm in the park, but as soon as you turn right there, I mean, that's really 80% of my shots will be like that. So this could work. So that's as far as I can go. It's right there. All the way to there, which is not bad. This is a short film. Like I said, I'm very close to the road. People gotta pee. So, not in the road. There's a public bathroom up there. Okay. This could work. So this is just about 100 yards from where I was in the parking lot. This is looking like a good second option. And again, just if I go right there, we'll probably see hikers. But just right here, I can go from there to there. This would be the stage area. And then it has a nice frame of foliage. Got some great places to sit there. The main action can be here. I have my tree for the actress to lean against. All right, so I think that's great. I think I now have an option too. And what's great about looking at several locations is now, not only do I know exactly what I want by process of elimination, that if I do find another spot, or if I can't get that spot or this one, I have to look for others, I do know what I'm looking for now. Well, I think one of those locations will work. Hopefully when you watch the short, you'll recognize which one it was. And keep in mind that this scouting is for the short Erringer that I'm creating as part of this series. Well, I hope you found this video useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think. And be sure to sign up for the email newsletter. And remember, I'm just here to help make sci-fi. Batman!